What's going on, everybody? Jacob here at JK Productions. This is my first upload of the week, but I was out of town. I really enjoyed myself going up to Halloween Horror Nights on Sunday. I didn't get to catch a lot of the NFL action, but I got to watch the replays, keep up with things as the day was going on. Before I start, this is legit or quit. Before I start that, though, we're getting really close to 100 subscribers, so it would really mean a lot if anybody who's not watching this, please just go down, hit the subscribe button. While you're down there, also hit the like button. Really getting close to 100 subscribers. It would mean a lot to me. I've already had some really good news today, getting a second job here at FAU, so appreciate the Sport Curvins over here in the corner. So I would really appreciate y'all liking that like button down below, hitting the subscribe button. But you guys are here, week 4, legit or quit, and we're going to start with the Miami Dolphins should start Skylar Thompson over Teddy Bridgewater. We're going to quit on that. Teddy Bridgewater is an experienced quarterback. Yeah, didn't look best in the preseason games that he did play for the Dolphins. And quite the opposite, Skylar Thompson came in and was the single best player in preseason across every single team. We do need to slow down. We do need to stop and hold back and quit on that. Skylar Thompson was playing his third stringer. Skylar Thompson has not played a single snap of NFL football. He looks good. He looks like he has some promise and upside, and there's some things to build around, and I really like him for the future. I would like to see him probably be the backup for the team next year. However, Teddy Bridgewater came in and did a great job when Drew Brees went down. He's had multiple starting jobs, and is he a starting quarterback? Probably not. We've seen him get opportunities with Carolina, with the Jets, with the Broncos. However, with this Dolphins team, with the talent he's going to be able to throw to with Tyreek Hill, Waddle, with this coaching staff who's done a great job to construct this offense, he's going to be serviceable for at least this Sunday against the Jets. We'll see what happens in this game and going forward if Tua is able to return from the head injury for the Vikings and so on and so forth. However, Dolphins are better off starting Teddy Bridgewater. Quit on, let's stop screaming that we need to start Skylar Thompson. Slow down on that one. Analytics are starting to hurt football teams, and that is true. I was listening to Mike Florio and Chris Sims talk earlier today about it, and we're seeing a lot of coaches err on the side of analytics. We've seen that happen a lot with the Chargers and Brandon Staley going for it on fourth down because that's what the numbers say. And honestly, a lot of it probably is pressure down from the owners who they have these business minds that they are going to err on the side of what do the numbers say? What's the most likely opportunity going to come out from any individual moment in the game? These owners mostly are businessmen. They're not football guys, but they have a hard time taking that away. So they put a lot of money investing into analytics guys to basically tell them what they want to hear. And we're seeing decisions being made like John Harbaugh going for it down by 3, 4th and goal instead of kicking the field goal to tie the game. And then we see on the other side, we take a look at the 49ers and we see Kyle Shanahan has not really given into the analytics mindset, and he's going to kick a field goal when technically speaking the numbers say that he should go for it on 4th down. And the 49ers end up winning against the Rams on Monday Night Football, and the Ravens end up losing to the Buffalo Bills. So teams are paying a little too much attention to analytics instead of just managing the game how they know to. So yeah, analytics is starting to hurt the NFL, where we once saw it become a very positive thing for the NFL. The Lions are the most fun team in the NFL, and that is legit. The Lions have scored the most points in the NFL up to this point. They've had the most amount of yards at this point in the NFL. We see Jared Goff is QB5 in fantasy right now. Amon-Ra St. Brown has been one of the young stars who have rise through this season. DeAndre Swift is fascinating to watch. TJ Hawkinson just had an incredible 2-touchdown game on Sunday against the Seahawks. And then you look on the other side, on the defensive side of things, it's the complete opposite. They're dead last in yards allowed and points allowed. So when the Lions are playing, you want to tune in because you're going to watch a fireworks show. And I was saying to my friends on Sunday, like, look, this is the first time we're going to be excited to start off Thanksgiving to watch the Detroit Lions play, whoever they're playing. I'm not even sure off the top of my head, but it's going to be fun to watch because this team is so yin and yang one way or the other. They're so fascinating on offense to watch, which is something you never thought you'd ever say about the Detroit Lions. You love to watch their offense, and then when they're on defense, the other team is scoring. We had the highest scoring game so far of the season between the Lions and the Seahawks. Going into the year, projected 2 of the worst teams in the NFL, ended up in a 48-45 game. So if the Lions are on, you want to watch them. It is legit that the Lions are the most fun team to watch in the NFL. Conversely, the Green Bay Packers, are they a top 10 team? Let's quit. That is not legit. I do not like the Green Bay Packers. I'm looking at power rankings. I'm looking at Bleacher Report power rankings. I'm looking at ESPN power rankings. I see the Packers all the way up at 4, at 5. I don't have the Packers as a top 10 team. Aaron Rodgers is currently 18th in passing in the league. You have guys like Tua, like Jared Goff, who are above him in terms of quarterback rankings. He does not have a single wide receiver in the top 50 in rankings. We see he finally got Allen Lazard back, and he's had 2 good games. Romeo Doubs has had a couple good games. But on offense, they're very weak. They of course, they do have a pretty decent ground game, and they're 7th in the NFL in total rushing. But they're not fun to watch, and they're not beating good teams. We saw how much they struggled to the Brian Hoyer-led New England Patriots, and Bill Belichick is still the greatest coach of all time. So there's that to go against. But it took overtime for them to beat the Patriots, and I think the Patriots are a bottom 10 team in the NFL currently. So to say that the Packers are a top 10 team, you got to quit on that. They are not looking good, and I still don't think they're going to make the playoffs by the time that rolls around. The Los Angeles Rams are the most overrated team in the NFL, and that is legit. A lot of people are talking about how the Broncos have looked, and rightfully so. Russell Wilson hasn't looked his best so far. Nathaniel Hackett, I think everybody's already come to the conclusion that Nathaniel Hackett is not a pro coach. He's not a pro NFL head coach. He might be a really good coordinator, and he had a great time with things with Aaron Rodgers on the Green Bay Packers. But Nathaniel Hackett is not an NFL head coach. And the Packers, the Broncos are finding out the hard way. His clock mismanagement, the way they struggled against a 0-3 Raiders team who have their own coaching issues. It was really the bowl of who has the worst head coach between the Packers. I keep saying the Packers, between the Broncos and the Raiders on Sunday, and of course they fall to 2-2. And I'm kind of turned this into a Broncos rant, but no, the Rams I think are the most overrated team in the NFL. All they have is Cooper Kupp on offense. That is it. Allen Robinson, man, I think I would have a better opportunity to catch passes for the Los Angeles Rams than Allen Robinson does. He's not been bad. It's just I've never seen a quarterback fixate on one wide receiver as much as I've seen Matt Stafford throw to Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp, top 5 wide receiver in the NFL. Had one of the best seasons last year of all time for a wide receiver. Don't get me wrong. But Cooper Kupp is only catching, if you look at where he's catching passes, they're pretty much all within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage. And Cooper Kupp has the ability and skill to do something with that and make big plays. And we've seen him score a touchdown in 7 out of his last 9 games. He's a playmaker. He's one of the best position players in the NFL. But you need more than that. Cam Akers can't run the ball. He's a very bad running back. Darrell Henderson, not that great either. They're currently in the bottom 10 in terms of team rushing in the NFL. They have nobody else to throw to. Tyler Higbee occasionally gets involved. I'm convinced Skronek or whatever his name is isn't even a real person. And then you look on the other side, Jalen Ramsey. If you look back to the start of the playoffs last season, Jalen Ramsey has been kind of missing. He hasn't had the best 6 or 7 games going back to the playoffs last year. Aaron Donald hasn't had a massive impact. He's had thoughts of retirement, so where's his head at? McVay has had thoughts of retirement. Where's his head at? The Rams are a mess, and it's not going to get any better. They're currently tied for first and last, I guess you could say, with the entire NFC West currently being 2-2. You have the Seattle Seahawks who look energetic, who look hungry. The Seattle Seahawks have something to prove. The Rams don't have something to prove, and you're seeing that with the play on the field. I don't like where they're going, and unless Odell comes back to this team and provides an option for over the top, which they currently don't have, this offense is very one-dimensional. It's completely run through Cooper Kupp, and the Rams are nowhere near being top of the league anymore, and to me, it is legit that they are the most overrated team in the league, even over the Broncos. And then finally, Kansas City Chiefs are fine without Tyreek Hill. And again, that is legit. The Kansas City Chiefs offense, outside of what happened against the Colts, where just all encompassed was just everything was going wrong for the Chiefs that game against a very mediocre Colts team. Outside of that game, the Chiefs have been on fire. outside of Travis Kelce, they're not targeting just one guy, and that makes them so much harder to scheme against. You have guys like Valdez-Scantling. Sky Moore is starting to get a little bit more involved in the offense. You have Juju Smith-Schuster, who everybody likes to hate on, but he's still a very serviceable wide receiver. They're not just targeting one guy or two guys when they had Tyreek Hill and Kelce. Kelce is still clearly the number one, but now just the rest of the offense, when they go spread, you're not dealing with top talent, so you're not double teaming any one guy. But Patrick Mahomes is talented enough to get every single wide receiver the ball and make them look like good wide receivers. Now, also Clyde Edwards-Helaire you have in the picture, which everybody has written off, especially people who play fantasy football, saying Clyde Edwards-Helaire is a bust, that he stinks, that that the Chiefs wasted that pick on him. Well, Clyde Edwards-Helaire has had a very good start of the season so far. I believe he has 5 or 6 touchdowns already at this point in the season. He's doing what a Chiefs running back needs to do. He's not going to be a bruiser, workhorse running back, but he needs to be nimble, athletic, and a good pass catcher, and that's what he is. You see him, you see Jarrett McKinnon, you see Isaiah Pacheco. They're all very similar running backs, and they're all doing their jobs very well up to this point. Even Pacheco, who's a 7th-round running back, had a few decent carries last week. And then, of course, you still have Patrick Mahomes, who, I've been saying Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the league, but, if you say Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league, I can't really make an argument with you for that. And then, of course, they still have Andy Reid. They still have Eric Bieniemy for now. Something that somebody pointed out to me yesterday is Eric Bieniemy's alma mater, Colorado, just fired their head coach. So Bieniemy, who's been looking for a head coaching job for a while now, might be going to Colorado. We'll see how that goes. But as things stand, they have all the pieces with that team, have added to it outside of Tyreek Hill. And they're currently the best team in the NFL. And they don't really look like they have any sign of stopping, because they went against the best defense in the NFL, in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Tampa, and put up 38 points. There's not many teams in the NFL that are doing that, and it's been very impressive, and I think they are currently the best team in the league. So it is legit that the Chiefs are better. Not better, I'm not going to go that far yet. The Chiefs are just fine without Tyreek Hill. That has been week 4, legit or quit. Let me know down in the comments what you thought about my takes, and if there's any other takes that you've noticed through the first 4 weeks of the season so far. We're at the quarter point of the season, so we know a lot about teams. We know who's legit, and we know who we need to quit on. But please, like I said in the beginning, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We're getting really close to 100 subscribers. That's a big milestone for me here on YouTube. I've had a great time recording content. Again, I'm sorry for not putting out content the last few days, as I wasn't able to record my show on Monday. But thank you all very much for tuning into JK Productions. I hope everybody has a great rest of your day. Take care, everybody.